The Calgary Flames are going through quite a rough patch and have some serious concerns with massive implications at the forefront of the losing streak. The Flames seem like two different teams when they play at home versus when they play on the road. The penalty kill is horrendous, and the Flames have one of the worst growing streaks in modern NHL history. Safe to say things aren't going fantastically right now, but hopefully they can pick it up. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and while the Flames are moving in the wrong direction, you could be moving in the right direction, because this video is brought to you by Rentals.ca, who are proud supporters of Team Canada. While they've been supporting our national team defend their home court in international competition, they've also been helping thousands of Canadians find their home floor all across the country. Whether you're in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, Halifax, Winnipeg, Mississauga, Edmonton, Victoria, or St. John's, from coast to coast, Rentals.ca have a ton of options to find the perfect place and price for you. Their website is clean and easy to use, and you can pinpoint exactly on the map where you want to move, finding all the options in your area. Find your home court with Rentals.ca. Check out their website in the description or the pinned comment down below. Huge shout out to Rentals.ca for being big supporters of the channel, of Team Canada, and of you guys for helping you find the best rentals in your area. And things aren't exactly going smoothly for the Flames right now, and it all begins with last night's game as the most recent knock on what was a very amazing start to the season for the Flames. So in case you missed last night's game, the Flames were in Pittsburgh to face Sidney Crosby, Erik Karlsson, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, and company, and it did not go well. The Penguins, they're having a rough season, but they're kind of getting back on track, and that was bad timing for the Flames, who were playing on a back-to-back on the road. They lost this one 6-2, and at no point did it seem like the Flames were really going to win this one. It just didn't go well at all. They were losing in pretty much every period. Both goals came in the third period, in case you didn't catch the game. We always take a good look at the box score here. Dan Vladar faced 43 shots in this one. The Penguins were peppering the Flames netminder. He did give up 6 goals in this one for the 6 goals against average and .860 save percentage. Not his best game, obviously. Kind of hung out to dry on certain plays. The Flames just overall played really bad in this one after also playing really bad 2 days ago in Columbus. Just a bit of a rough weekend overall. And let's get into these kind of serious concerns here. I was going to say, obviously, Huberdeau and Kadri got the goals there, but let's start with some positive news. So the Calgary Flames, they're actually 9-3 at home this season, which is fantastic. But one of the serious concerns that honestly has massive implications is that the Flames are such a different team at home versus on the road. Great to see that the Flames are 9-3 at home. You know, there's only so many games left in the Saddle Dome before the new arena opens in a couple years, so it's great. They're winning at home. But on the road this year, they are 3-5-4, which is just terrible. It's completely different teams when they go on the road. And keep in mind, one of those wins was the very first game of the season, that big comeback against Vancouver. Otherwise, they really have not looked great at all on the road, which is a growing concern. Why can't they seem to get it together when they're on the road? And I'm not talking, they get close to winning some of these games and then It's just not the case right now. The Flames look terrible the past couple games, and it's all facets of the team. The goaltending hasn't been what it was. The defense certainly hasn't been what it was. And what the heck happened to the offense, if the Flames ever really had any offense? We'll get into that a little bit later in this one. So things looked great when the Flames were at home. Mid-November, kind of heading into later November. This week here that they had, they were 4-0 at home, and it was great. We all remember the game against Nashville. Dustin Wolf, first career shutout. Things were looking great. The Flames turned it on at the end against the Islanders, were able to get the win in the shootout. Rangers game, same thing. Turned it on at the end, which was good enough, got the 3-2 win. And then the Wild, they kind of, almost gave that one up, but still got the win in the shootout. Justin Kirkland, things were looking absolutely great. Flames are playing so good at home. Then they go on a 4-game road trip, and what happened? Now, if we kind of break it down into 2 sections here, you can go against the Atlantic teams and then against the Metropolitan teams. So against the Atlantic teams, they could have won either of these games. The Ottawa one, really the Flames probably should have won that game if they didn't have 9 penalties and seem to get penalized for absolutely everything. But to be fair, all those calls were kind of valid. The Flames just were taking stupid penalties. Against Detroit, that one you can more so say, look, the refs got a little bit too involved in that one. The Flames really deserved the the 2 points in that one, not just the one. We all remember the too many men call, which was just too bad. But over the weekend, the American Thanksgiving weekend, it just really didn't go to plan. A 5-2 loss against Columbus on Friday, and then obviously the 6-1 against Pittsburgh yesterday. So it's just getting worse and worse, and these concerns are getting worse and worse. And the biggest one right now is the fact that the Flames don't remember how to play hockey when they're not on the ice in Calgary. And it honestly is just absolutely terrible to see. Now, if we get into this tweet here from Pat Steinberg, so the Flames wrap up the month on a 4-game skid after a 6-2 loss in Pittsburgh. And it's going to have another big concern in here. So Calgary goes 7-5-3 in November, which isn't awful per se, but with just 34 goals scored. So that's 15 games the Flames played this month and had 34 total goals. That is absolutely terrible. So now they're at 22 straight games without scoring 3 or more, unless of course you count, the shootout goal to be the 4th, like in that Minnesota game. But still, 22 straight games without scoring 3 or more. NHL scoring just increases every year. This is awful. The Flames are looking absolutely terrible. It's slowly growing into one of the worst offensive streaks in modern NHL history, especially since scoring has been up. And that's a major concern. That's not where you want to be if you're the Calgary Flames. They really need to get it going. They're still 12-9-4 overall and will enter December in a playoff spot. So as of right now, December 1st, we're getting into the holiday season, trying to keep things happy and optimistic. The Flames are still in a playoff spot, but man, they are going in the wrong direction, which is quite concerning. Now, if we get into another big concern here, it is the penalty kill. So Ryan Pike here on Twitter tweeted out that the Flames on this road trip, so the last 4 games, 5v5, they had 4 goals for to 8 goals against, which is just not great at all. Double the goals against. The power play, 3 for 11, which isn't bad at all. We'll take it with how bad the Flames power play was for a little bit in there, but the penalty kill is the big one. 11 for 19. They gave up 8 goals on 19 PKs. That is unacceptable. If you're a team that can't be scoring like we just saw, you have to be able to keep pucks out of the net. And that's what the Flames were able to do for so long. But as we discussed many times on the channel, it's just not sustainable. And that was evident on this road trip, especially the last 2 games. So on this 4-game road trip, they went 0-3-1 and were collectively outscored 17-8. Now, obviously that gets inflated from the last 2 games, but still, that is just not good enough. That has massive implications because you're never going to win. The Flames might as well just go into tank mode if those are the stats they're going to be doing still. Again, it boggles my mind that there's such a different team on the road compared to at home. And the last kind of concern here, I guess it's not really, but I just wanted to update you guys, was that Colorado, who was rumored to maybe go after Dan Vladar, they ended up trading for a different goalie. They got Scott Wedgwood from Nashville, and it's interesting to see what Nashville got back. So they got a Union and a 6th-round pick. I don't know what the Flames would have asked for if they were to have traded Vladar, but I guess that doesn't matter anymore. So maybe Vladar trade rumors will kind of quiet down and maybe pick up again towards the trade deadline. But of course, we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's wrap this one up with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from a classic viewer, and that man is ZMALQP555. He says, there seems to be more talk going on other social media sites about odd referee calls in the games. I've been thinking about this for a while now, and it does seem true. I mean, on this road trip, the Flames saw the same refs a couple of times, and kind of seems like there was a bit of an ice tilt there in terms of the reffing. And again, it's not great to just always scapegoat the refs, but in certain games, it definitely looked a little bit suspect, and it is a growing concern throughout the fan base, especially online. So hopefully we can get the refs back on our side, because in Columbus, yikes. In Detroit, yikes. Hopefully everything will come back to normalcy soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.